Hello, everyone, and welcome back. And welcome if you're new to my channel. I'm Leslie Montana. I'm an artist, teacher, designer, all kinds of things. Mainly, I'm a human being like you. And today I had a comment on my YouTube channel that inspires me to just say a few words impromptu. All of this is off script, as if you ran into me on the street or whatever, met me at a party, or were in one of my classes. And that is the notion of being self-taught. A self-taught artist, what is that? Well, I have a lot to say about this subject because I believe that, the best way to learn is to learn really on your own. We are all basically self-taught, and we can also have instruction at different points in our learning. But that learning should never be like an overlay of another's way of doing things in any kind of permanent fashion. So, in other words, you can learn from your teachers and then slowly or quickly or at whatever pace works for you, integrate those things that you've learned, and it will naturally become your own. So if you work with somebody who's very masterful and has a certain translucency about the way they teach, in other words, they're not laying down the law about this is the way you do things and this is the way you see. Critical is this is the way you see, because we all see for ourselves via our own body, mind, spirit. That's the beauty of life. We can perceive, and seeing is a very deep, potentially deep sight is a very potentially deep faculty that we have. It is not as limited as we've been led to believe. So you can learn a lot from teachers about technique, how to handle paint, what is paint, which medium do you prefer, oil, paint, pastel, gouache, watercolor. And you should, maybe think about trying all of them a little bit, or just learn about them all, because they all have a great deal in common. But the key here is, in terms of the self-taught artist, is that you have the courage to know what it is that you're seeing and just kind of get with that and deepen it and continue your journey to explore and to nibble on the things that people offer in terms of technique and know-how. And if you are somebody who learns by watching, you can watch people paint, draw, and whenever you get that feeling that, oh yeah, that makes sense to me, I want to do that, and you can bring it into your own practice, it just begins to inform what you do, and you up-level here and there and make what you'll feel is progress. And then it, over time, will show where you started and where you went. And it is a never-ending process, never ends at all. It is something that follows the illogic of infinity, which is where we touch into the amazing, call it the divine, the all, the everything, the the quantum field, whatever you want to call it. It's it's like when you pick up your paintbrush, you're like, okay, I want to explore more of the vastness of who I am through this practice. Now, there will be times when you may feel frustrated or stuck and in your ability to execute some technique or something that you're doing. And in those instances, you may want to reach out to somebody who knows more or who can hold that and help usher you beyond it. I am one of those types of teachers. I will always turn you back to yourself. But I can also see where people get stuck and where they want to go, so I can kind of push them along. So that's just for your FYI, for your information. And you can find information on my website. You can always write to me. You could always comment in the video below in the comment box about what it is, where you're stuck. And I may make a video for you, for everybody, because we all have the same kinds of sticking points. We stumble over the same kinds of things. So, ultimately, all artists who really kind of reach beyond would say that they are self-taught. I would say that even though I did go to school for art, I had to unlearn a lot of things because they were too structured for me. And then I began to explore my own perception and the nature of perception, which just led me deeper and deeper into a beautiful space that has never stopped opening for me. And of course, I'm able to improve my skills at, forever, basically. You never stop. I'm always learning. So let that be an inspiration for you today, that your learning will really come, through a myriad of channels, but it's true that we really are all self-taught in so many more ways than not. And so I encourage you to continue to explore. And if you're an appreciator of art, this should give you some insight and into some of the process. And also, even if you are an art appreciator, you are still a creator. And you may be a musician, a chef, a full-time mom, whatever you want to call yourself. The definitions can go on and on, but that's not who you really are, and you know it, right? That's what gives us the ability to both appreciate and create. So I'll leave you with those thoughts today, and I thank you for making comments, because it's always a point of inspiration for me to just make a recording and a video that may be of use to you guys. And so I'm happy to do that. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again sometime soon.